As Trump told our Pamela Brown this morning, he'll be making the decision on TikTok. He's signaling that, as you said. How might he stop it from being banned, or does he just sort of like buy it time?
Yeah, find an American buyer and then convince the Chinese owners to sell it to that American buyer. Let someone let's just think of someone who's close to Trump, maybe Elon Musk. You know, there are already bids out there from Frank McCourt and Kevin O'Leary, for example. O'Leary of Shark Tank fame has been on this network talking about his bid for TikTok. The issue has been that ByteDance, the Chinese owners, do not want to sell. That's what they've said all along. They do not want to give up any part of TikTok. Will that change under President Trump? Will he have more persuasive powers? Will he come at this differently? That's a big question. What we know is that this is all happening because of Trump 5 years ago calling for a ban. And the reason that Congress enacted this law and wanted it to go into effect on Sunday was precisely to avoid a situation where Trump would try to repeal it, right? This law's timing was on purpose before the inauguration. But now it seems a lot of Democrats don't want to take the blame for this. Biden, Chuck Schumer, they don't want to be blamed for TikTok going down. And so this is being punted to Trump. And I think we know one thing for sure. Trump cares deeply about his popularity. He loves knowing that he has lots of fans on TikTok. He's been crediting TikTok with helping him win re-election. So he seems to have a real change of heart about TikTok, partly for personal reasons.
Get out! Trick or treat your ass up out of here. Let's go. Look, Martin, look, it was a joke, man. But a joke on out of here. Let's go out.
Something so hilarious about the U.S. government forcing Americans to realize that they live in the bad place and that China pities them. People on Red Note being like, oh, you guys can't afford groceries? That's insane. Oh my God, your MRI was $1,200? It shouldn't be that way, you guys. You guys are humans. You deserve rights. And Americans being like, they got a point. What the fuck? Like, it's actually insane that the American government pushed Americans into the hands of seeing that, oh my goodness, these people are nice and welcoming, more welcoming than the U.S. government.
So I suggest you watch your mouth and stop trying to act like you are better than everybody else before I put a ring around your damn eye.
The most hilarious way to push Americans into the hands of like the great superpower that you're so afraid of is for them to just look at the people being nice to them and being like, oh, you guys deserve health care. You're humans. You should be able to afford groceries. Look at this grocery haul. We can actually afford food. This is what it's like to afford food. This is what it's like to afford your life. I feel bad for you guys over there. Like, it's actually insane.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
And this is really significant. Americans have a particular perception of Chinese people that was fed to us through Western media and government propaganda, and it's created assumptions and expectations about what Chinese people were like in our heads from such a young age, right? But interacting with them shatters all of those preconceived notions. You know, when you go to Red Note, you're immediately greeted by Chinese people who are incredibly welcoming and kind, not to mention some of them are super funny. And just seeing fellow humans treat you with respect, that radicalizes you in a way no propaganda ever could. And hundreds of thousands of Americans are now having this eye-opening experience. And I think that it's important, and it should inspire more people to challenge themselves and talk to others, not just online, but in real life. And I'm kind of having to challenge myself to do the same as well, because we've all kind of become really isolated since COVID. And for a lot of us, our only engagement with other human beings is through negative interactions on Twitter. And that's just not healthy, right? It kind of sours our perception of humans in general and makes us almost misanthropic. But still, regardless of how long this lasts, I think that Americans have learned some really valuable lessons from it, especially when it comes to healthcare. It doesn't have to be this way. But it is, because our government is corrupt and doesn't give a shit about us. And before anyone comes in saying, oh, well, yeah, well, you know, China's bad too because of this and that, every country has problems, obviously, but their reaction to our healthcare system is not unique, right? People around the world react the same way when they hear about the cost of healthcare in America. And to show you what I mean, Politics Joe asked British people their thoughts about American healthcare costs, and they were just as shocked as Chinese people on Red Note were.